Hello everyone, I am Nancy Thompson with Crate with Nancy, and I'm coming to you live today at a special time. Normally I'm live Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I have a conflict tomorrow, so we are like a day early, okay? So maybe I'll catch some of you live that aren't able to catch me during the day and you're available in the evening. So if you're joining in, say hello and let me know you're here and we will get started, okay? I was just checking to make sure we are live and because I haven't got the notification yet. Okay, there we go. All right, we are live. So if you're saying hello, come on in and say hi. If you're here, say hi. If you're new to my channel, let me know where you're from and if you've stamped before as well. Maybe tonight we are focusing on Stampin' Up! Classic ink refills, okay? So I've been playing around with this for the past weekend with my Stamp Club members and my team members. We did a whole bunch of projects using ink refills and having lots of fun with it. So so let's get started. And if you join in, say hello and let me know you're here, okay? Okay, so let's go to my desktop and we will, Linda Hodge, hi, welcome. Yes, I know, I have my Quilt Guild is having a quilt show this week, so I'm helping out with that. And I couldn't do my live at the same time. So yes, if you're speaking of the Quilt Guild show, it's local in, it's kind of like the Taunton area, and Jack, you need to take care of that. Excuse me for a minute. I just needed my husband to silence something, okay? All right, so it's in the Taunton area at the, I'll post something, the St. George Macedonian Church or something. So if anybody's interested, message me. The show is Friday and Saturday, I think like around 10 to 4 each day. So, okay. Hi, Susan and Shirley. Welcome. So have either of you played with re-inkers before? There's lots of different things, but we're going to just do two techniques tonight using re-inkers, okay? And because there's just so much fun to do with that. So let's go to my desktop here. And the first thing we're going to do is our shimmer white. I got to make sure this is shimmer. That I do have shimmer white. Hang on, I need to, because I can't see the shimmer in this. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, because it makes a difference. It totally makes a difference. You can probably see basic white is so much whiter, and the shimmer white is kind of like almost a vanilla look to it. Not really vanilla, but it's got a little off-white texture to it, or look to it. So the shimmer white, the shimmer white has got like, it's sparkly and it's like almost like this coating on it too. And it really helps to do this technique with this. So, so what I'm gonna do, we are going to make, what are we gonna make? We're gonna do leaves, okay? I knew I had some Granny Apple Green and I couldn't find it over the weekend. So, and you can use any size piece of cardstock. So depending on how much you really, really want to, you know, how much you need to stamp or whatever. I'm just doing a fairly large piece so I can have lots to stamp with. So can you guys see the lighting and everything okay? I just want to make sure you can see. Let me zoom in a little bit more too. So that way you can see really better, but nighttime is always tougher because it's dark, you know. So let me know if the lighting looks good too. Hopefully that's not too bright and everything. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of Granny Apple and Old Olive, okay, and we're going to create some texture. So we have some leaves to stamp, okay? And the other thing is, it's just like a used like credit card or a store card or whatever. This was a card that we had gotten as part of our incentive trip when we went to Maui last year. Maybe it's been 2 years. In 21. So, yeah, it was in 21. So it was great. So I've got this great memento of our trip to Maui. So we are going to puddle. So Kathy is on here, and she did this. She's in my club, stamp club, and she did this. So Kathy, I found the granny apple. Wish I'd found it for club. So I'm kind of making like puddles, and this is kind of like a technique you want to work fairly quickly with it, okay? And it's okay for it to intercept. And you're just going to squiggle the ink down this paper and completely move it around, okay? So now we've got some really cool, I'm going to just fill up that spot there. So I'm just going to put some ink on my card, on the card there. And that's all there is to it. So we've got this great looking texture of paper, right? All right, it's going to drive me nuts because I really want to stamp as many leaves as I can on this. Okay, so you could really do this with any color that you want to. And I'm going to just dry this off. So we're getting inky. So I wore my apron tonight. Whenever you're playing with ink, we're going to be doing a little bit of spritzing. And it's always good to always have, especially when you're spritzing, that your table area is like really big and wide and there isn't stuff, because spritz seems to go all over the place, okay? So that's, and generally you just really need to set this aside for a little bit, and then you can stamp on it, okay? You can feel the dampness, or you can really take the heat tool to it and dry it out a little bit. But generally, I just kind of set it aside and go on to some other part of the card. All right, so let me show you. Let me grab a clean grid paper here. Ooh, that really, I forgot to put stuff down. There's ink all over. So you might, for this other technique, I've got like a piece of chipboard to set down, okay? So let me show you some really cool ones. So I've got some red here, and guess what I use that for? Some red apples. I'm going to show you that in a minute. And I was just kind of playing around with this. I kind of drew it straight down, and then I started doing the squiggles, okay? So it looked, you know, more squiggly like this versus straight. So you kind of like just experiment a little bit and just play around and do different things. This might look good with some other, you know, stamped image as well. Okay. And here's a green one that I've already done up. Okay. All right. So that's kind of like this technique to add some color to your white shimmery white cardstock. If we had glossy, that would be a really cool thing. But basic white cardstock does not accept the ink like this does, okay? There's a real big difference, and you're not going to be happy with the results. And it's not that expensive. I think you get 10 sheets in a package, okay? So let me show you the card, okay? So here is, remember last week, these are the cards from last week, right? That we did with Stampin' Blends. We colored them. And hang on. So let's show you. So here's the one with the shimmer white. I don't know if you guys can see a difference or not. You probably can see it in real life. So which one? Yeah, this is the one with the shimmer. And this is with the blends here. So I think I did that right. Yeah, this has got the shimmer on it. Okay. What did I do? No, I colored that with the blends. I'm getting confused, okay? And this has got the shimmer on it. So it's a little bit of a deeper type look. You can see how the apples has a lot more texture and everything. And I'll post some samples of this too. Okay, so another fun way to use your apples and have fun. But let's put together this sunflower card, okay? Oh, we're going to get inky first. So before we do that, I'm kind of forgetting my whole game plan here because I wanted to kind of get the mess out of the way, and then we're going to make a card, okay? So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our snowy velvet sheets, and I kind of perfected this a little bit since my Stamp Club in-team meeting, okay? We are using our spritzer. It's just filled with water, okay? And I just have a small piece of this snowy velvet paper. And, oh, Nancy's here too. She's in my club. And it was fun. So pay attention, Nancy. So I kind of perfected this technique a little bit better than what we did in club. These are actually, the velvet sheets are part of the weekly deals this week. They're $1 off a package because you get two 12 by 12 sheets of this, and they're on sale for $4 and they're normally $5. So we're going to, I need to put just a little bit of water in my bowl here, and we're going to do green, okay? Let's see. Let's go with Old Olive and the Granny Apple again. Do I have that? And I'm just popping a re-inker on my block here. Okay. And we're going to need also, we call these aqua painters now, I think. Water brush. We call these water brushes. So I'm going to use my water brush also, okay? So we're going to first spritz, okay? And I'm going to be generous. I got to look in the light to see how much I'm spritzing. So this is where I can feel it like just starting to cover my desk. This is where you really want to make sure that your work area is clean. So I pretty much have saturated this, okay? And hopefully that light is not too bad for you guys. It looks like it's glaring a little bit. So let's see about just turning it down a little bit more. I think that's a little bit better. Okay, so it's kind of saturated, and I'm just wetting my brush, and I'm just gonna blend this down. And I'm gonna work just kind of like sporadically add color. I'm just kind of brushing the color onto this, and we'll add in some of the Old Olive as well, because the spritzing the water just kind of helps move the ink around on this paper. Okay, so remember, I want to get like the leaves. I want these to look like leaves, right? So I want that variation in color as well. So let's just, so doesn't this look better, Kathy and Gail? Oh, Gail's here too. Okay, hey. And Nancy, so doesn't this look better than what we did in class? I don't know, maybe I do have what we did in class. This just, it's darker, you can see the things, and we had blobs before, okay? I think this is kind of like we did in class. So it just looks paled and washed out because we were spritzing. We spritzed it and then dropped the re-inkers on here, and we had spots on here and spritzed it some more, and it just kind of washed all the ink away. I like this so much better. So I hope that encourages you guys to give this a try again. But can't you see like this with the leaves on it? So that's how simple that is. But the only thing with this technique is you pretty much need to, oh good Nancy, I'm so glad. You pretty much need to like let this dry overnight, okay? Because even using the heat tool kind of like fades the color as well. All right, so my suggestion is just make up a bunch of these, and you could do like a big swatch and use it for different you know, stamps that you might have. Any kind of leaves or flowers, could be different colors. Just add that texture, and it's just that different texture on your image. Okay, so there's your second technique, okay? Number 2. So it's using the shimmer white with the credit card swipe, you know, with the swipe, the ink swipe. And this one, the velvet sheets, the snowy velvet sheets, and spritzing and adding in your color, okay? So very easy. Anybody can do this, whether you're a beginner stamper or an avid stamper. It's just, even kids would love to do this. If you have grandkids or whatever, would enjoy crafting with you and creating some fun things. Okay, so we're going to move that aside and let's make this sunflower card. So I've already stamped the image, okay? We're using these awesome note cards, these craft note cards. They were on the weekly deals last week, and I did stock up on them. So, because I love them. They're a little bit stiffer, but they just go with so much. That natural look can go with anything. All right, so let me grab a bone folder. Give this a little crease. And so look at my flower that I've already done. Isn't that really cool that I did the credit card swipe with? Just the different colors and textures on it, I think are really, really cool. So, I've already stamped that. And here's my leaves that I did with the snowy velvet technique that I've already stamped. And my one hint is, when you're stamping on the velvet, I highly encourage that you use our Stays On ink pad, okay? This is a permanent ink, and it just gives a really crisp image on your leaves. And I even did it here on the sunflower, okay? So that's really, it just is a darker, crisper image. So you missed the, oh, I'm so sorry, Gail. Well, hopefully, I don't know, you never know. Hopefully they will have something again, you know, with them on sale. I hope they don't like discontinue them, because I love these, and I love the box that comes with them as well. You get one box, but I wish there was more boxes, at least 2 boxes in there. Okay, so we've got some Cajun Craze, and then we're using, is it Rustic Harvest, or whatever the fall paper in the mini catalog is. I think it's Rustic Harvest. And I've die cut some gold sprigs here from the sunflower dies. This is out of the sunflower dies. That's right. So here's the sunflower stamp set. I didn't use the words in here, but the dies, it's got those die cuts in it, and it's got a die for the flower. There's a more detailed one. There's one for the leaves, and there's another die for this small little flower as well. And this is really cool. Hopefully some of you saw my post earlier about the 24-hour sale on Thursday. This stamp set, if you don't have this in your library, it's just I think it's one of our best sunflowers we've had. This set is on 15% off on Thursday. It's stamp sets from the annual catalog that are 15% off, and there'll be a list posted, okay? But that's Thursday only, all right? I know Stampin' Up! Is having all these awesome sales this month, so hopefully you'll find one that you're gonna love. Okay, so pay attention to like Thursday, because Thursday's the 24-hour sale, and it's also the start of new weekly deals on Thursday as well. Okay, if you really want to double dip, I think it's Wednesday. Tomorrow they'll be posting the Thursday deals early, and I think we can order on Thursday. It's all due with the way the other global countries need to, the way it's posted for some reason. So it just helps us if you want to take advantage of both deals. But you have to order on Wednesday. So, okay, so we're going to just, I added a designer paper to the Cajun mat. And we are going to figure out where to place this we've got our leaves. So I know my leaves are going to go here in the back like that. Okay. So I'm just simply going to adhere these down so they look good. And so let's just adhere our leaves down. And then we're going to raise up our sunflower here. So let's just add with some liquid glue there. Okay. Before that dries, let's look to make sure. Yeah, I think that looks good. And after this, I'm going to just tuck these gold ones in the corner there off to the side. So let's add this. And this die cut here is from that, I always got to look at the name. All That Dies. That goes with the He's the Man bundle. That's in the annual catalog. Remember, the dies in there are all just different labels in that die set. So, okay. So, let me know if anybody has questions about any of these techniques. So, we've got that on there. So, let's add this in on. I'm just going to do part of it. Just a couple little dots here and there. And just kind of tuck that in so it looks like some sprigs coming out. And then I'm going to check this. Sometimes I've been cutting them off. I guess I can. I'm going to just trim this a little bit. Just cut a little bit off so it's not so long. Got too much glue here. Okay, there we go. All right, so all we need is a greeting. We are using the greeting from the Very Best Occasion stamp set. Okay, I love this. This is in the mini catalog. It's got Thinking of You, Happy Birthday, Great Fill, Comfort and Love, and some Christmas stuff there as well. So that's a really fun one. So let's grab some Memento ink and we'll stamp the greeting on this oval die cut from, let's see, there we go. It's got like an embossed type edge to it. I gotta look at my sample here. All right, we are gonna go kind of like this. There we go. Let's close this up and we're gonna just kind of offset this. So we're going to just add some dimensionals on this side, and this side's going to get a little bit of liquid glue right there. And then we'll add a dimensional over here, and there we go. And then I've already pre-tied some linen thread here. I did a double bow, so I used 16 inches. Linen thread will just make it look so warm and natural, like this sunflower. I'm gonna just kind of make sure that glue dot is kind of balled up together. And we'll just set it up here, and we will trim these ends off. There we go. And we've got that. But we're gonna add, let's see, is there words in here? Sending you smiles. Yeah, there is some great words in here. So sending you smiles. Let's finish this card off, and then I will have a birthday card ready to send to one of my team members' birthdays this month. So let's see. Let's stamp. Whoops, that's upside down. Let's stamp this. And you can always embellish with, you know, like this smaller one here, and you could cut it out or still stamp it on some of your scrap paper here as well, and then fussy or die cut it out, you know, and then even have part of it on your thing, fussy cut maybe the leaves off or something, and have the yellow flower on there. So embellish your inside a little bit, but we won't do that right now. I didn't think about that. use some of my scrap there. Okay, so we layered that onto some more Cajun craze. And let's add this to the inside so we have a really beautiful card here. There we go. Okay, so there's our beautiful sunflower card. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys, oh, hi Linda. I'm glad you love the cards. So you can finish it off with, whoops, a designer paper on the envelope flap. So it's a total beautiful ensemble. Okay, so what else do I have to show you? Oh, I've got one more card to show you. Okay. So that's using the shimmer paper. So if you're joining in late, make sure you go back to see how I created, I showed you how to add ink to shimmery white paper, okay? And then also showed you how to add some ink to our velvet paper to get this look so you could got leaves to stamp on, okay? All right, so I also, let me move this stuff out of the way. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat all of a sudden. So let's use some velvet paper. I got more velvet paper here somewheres. Okay, so this is some of the other velvet paper that I did to create some pumpkins with, okay? This is where I finally perfected that technique a little bit. This is where we were spritzing, and it really washed all the color away, okay? So you can really see the difference versus this one I used the aqua paint or the water brush on here versus this one I was spritzing the color and moving the color around. It really made a difference by taking and picking it up and moving it around in the water, okay? All right, so let's, so what does this one use? This one's we're using the rustic pumpkin dies. I love these two dies. They've got like the de-embossed images on it. Can you see the texture on those pumpkins right there? So it will die cut it and do that embossed look to it. So really, really cool. Plus it'll also cut out the whole pumpkin. There's a great banner. There's like a bouquet of leaves and, you know, like not leaves, but flowers and everything it cuts out. An oak leaf, so, and some spriggy stuff. So really fun, versatile set. Okay, so I've already die cut these. All right, and we are using, for this card, Evening Evergreen in color designer paper. Really, really cool. Okay, so we are going to, let's see, adhere this. We're going to use the plaid part and add this onto here, onto more evening, mat it onto Evening Evergreen. And then we're going to add our pumpkins. Okay, so I'm going to just put this one onto here, layer that up, and then we're going to dimensionalize this one. So let's add some dimensionals. And let's, we're dimensionalizing this one too onto our card front. So let's fold this in half. Find I got a press really, the craft no cards, they're just a stiffer paper, and you really need a bone folder to get that good crease in there, I think. All right, so let's do this. And hopefully if anybody missed tonight's, they're going to see the replay tomorrow. I'll have to post a little graphic. So let's, so we're going to add our pumpkin here, okay? And I have a little stem. This is part of the die set, is the stem here. You need a top for your pumpkin, right? To pick it up with. So let's add some Tombow. I'm going to just tuck it down into there. All right, dimensional, hopefully it isn't too bad. And then we're going to stamp, you know what, I do have the word hello that's in the set, but I've got just a note out. I think I want to use that. So then I have a versatile card I can send out. Let's see, let's do just a note, because this is in one of the stamp sets that's on the list for Thursday. This is from Go To Greetings. How many have that stamp set? We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we're going to take our ribbon. This is the gold shimmer ribbon, and I'm going to tie my bow to this. Okay, so let's tie a bow like this versus and I have something really, really special for upcoming class participants as a gift, a fun gift to include. You know, my bow tying fork here that I use, I finally found some. So I'll be like including these with some classes coming up. Okay, so we're tying our bow. Sometimes it's a little harder or easy to tie it. You just got to be careful that you don't rip your tag, right? So let's adjust this just a little bit, okay? And sometimes it's harder to get it tight. You just have to play with it. Well, the sunshine finally came out here in central New York. We've had like rain for several days here. So it was kind of nice to see the warmth. Other than I didn't get outside, which is a shame. Other than to collect eggs today. So, let's see. Which way do I want this to go? That's really sharp and long. Okay, so we've got a beautiful little bow there. And we're going to add it just on here. Oh, I do like that. Okay, so I'm going to just have some dimensionals here. I like the font there. And we will add this. Okay. Stella, you're never late, okay? You can always go back and watch some of the replay, hopefully. All right, so we're going to just do that. What do you guys think? Wasn't that like so simple and easy to do? I mean, you could obviously, if you didn't want to use the snowy velvet sheets, you could do it out of cardstock, and it would be totally fine. Maybe sponge a little bit of color on it to get that little shading of texture, blend some color on it, which would be great. Okay, let's add my inside to this. Okay. And do that and do this, and then we'll have another beautiful card ready to go. So let's do this. All right, so got a nice note. I don't know if I know what I did. So instead of adding designer paper, I pulled out, do I have the folder? I'm looking. What did I do with that? I moved things around. Hang on. I think I can reach that. The Leaf of Fall. I love this folder. So I embossed. I did the deboss side. So there's a trick to it. If you want, so this one, when the envelope is closed, the leaves are indented in. When you open it up, they're puffed up, okay? So if you wanted it the opposite way, because I did the gum side up, it needs to be gum side down to get the raised image up, okay? So, and it's so simple to open up your folder, and I use, yes, can I open it, Nancy? There we go. I just, you just are going to line up that fold on the envelope with the edge of your folder, and then just run it through. Just be careful about going through straight, and keep this, you know, put a little pressure on here so it doesn't move, okay? One of the a couple of team members had trouble with it moving on them. You got to maintain pressure on your plate, okay? All right, and this is a 3D folder, so it uses the gray plate. And just the platform with this, okay? All right, so let me think here. What else do I want to tell you? So those are my 2 cards I wanted to share was these. Oh, let me show you. So here I added like a little bit more red to it. So you can really make all kinds of pumpkins, don't you think? Look at that. What a difference, right? And so do you like the striped or the plaid better? I don't know. I think they're both as equal. They're both the evening evergreen designer paper. But I'm not sure which I like better. Okay, so the other things I wanted to share with you was to also let you know what's on the weekly deals are the yeah, what are these called? I gotta think now. These are the Memories and More's texture chick. So there's really they make great cards if you find you need really simple cards to create, along with these are like the 3x4 cards, and then there's some decals sheets in here, and then there's bigger ones that fit onto isn't that pretty? That will fit onto the matching note cards and envelopes as well. There we go. So you get 20 note cards and envelopes, and here's the envelopes that come together. They're already pre-printed, and just kind of like a fun design with that. But these are meant to go on to here like this and create a fun. And you can obviously dress it up by matting. You can cut this down, add some ribbon. You can get a little creative with it using these note cards and envelopes. Okay, so these are on sale at a really good value too. Each one of them are at least a $2 savings. Okay, so there's those, and then I also wanted to share anybody who places a $50 or more order this month. I got a special 4-card kit for them that I'll send to them, and I will be doing a live on how to put this together as well. But here's a little sneak peek. It's using the Splendid Day designer paper, so they're just really simple, fun, easy cards, and all the supplies are in there except for your adhesives that you will need. Okay, I've got several ready to go out in the mail for a few people that have already ordered this month. So this is for the month of September, and this will be for club members too, okay, who placed their order. And I think that's it. So, oh, one other thing I've got to show you. So let me just show you quickly a couple other stamp sets that are on the 24-hour list. Look at all of them. There's at least 120 sets on here that will be 15% off. Okay, and here's 2 of my favorites that I wanted to point out. The Biggest Wish. Okay, this is a great one. I love the solid ones. You could, you know, block the letters. You could do all kinds of fun things. And then we use the Go-To Greetings Tonight with Just a Note. So this is another favorite if you haven't got this one yet, because this is a standalone set. There's no dies or anything that go with it. So it's great to get it at 15% off. In fact, I might order a second one just to have outside for classes because I love this. It's just perfect font size to have. So reinforce what we did at club. Good, Kathy. So I'm glad that really helped. And yes, if you're ever interested, if you're looking to get friends together and do stamp clubs, I can always add in another club. Or if you're local and want to join the Port Byron, we're always looking for new members as well. So here's where you can place an order. There's a September host code, okay, and place your online order there. Remember, weekly deals start on Thursday, and the 24-hour stamp sale is on Thursday as well. And I'm going to see you next week. Let's see, next Thursday or next Wednesday for next week's live as usual at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? I'm not sure what we're going to do yet, so I've got to get thinking because it's going to be a busy week with the quilt show. So, and remember, if anybody is interested, message me. It's a $6 admission fee. There's over 120 quilts on display. We have vendors. We've got a market with crafty type stuff. There's silent auctions. There's raffle baskets. My friend Beth and I, we were just, I have a basket in the raffle baskets. So that will be there. I haven't added up. There's like at least 12 sets of cards in there. In the basket, and all kinds of fun stuff. And let's see what else. There's like, I'm trying to think what the vendors are. There's somebody with maple syrup. I think there's a soap person. There's a wood person, and of course quilting. A couple quilt shops are going to be vending. And all kinds of fun raffle stuff. This is our one money maker for the year. So, oh, and the ladies of the church will be cooking their food, whatever, I'm not so there'll be all kinds of fun treats and things to eat too as well. Okay, thanks so much, and everybody have a great rest of the week. And where can we find the list of the Thursday specials? I'm going to sometime later tonight or tomorrow morning, Kathy. As soon as I clean up my desk, that's what I'm going to work on next, okay? Probably a blog post, and I'm going to try to do a quick email as well to my customers if you're on my email list, all right? Okay, thanks so much, and we will see you next week for some more Creative Ink, and message me if you need anything. Bye-bye.